I actually, even when I was younger, in the Pledge of Allegiance, when you're in elementary school, you stand at the beginning of the day and recite the Pledge of Allegiance, and I would always not state the part about God in that. And I always, because I did identify even at that young age as a Buddhist, we never talked about God. And I always find it interesting that dollar bill, Pledge of Allegiance, God bless America, it's all around us. And I kind of wish that it wasn't there.
So for me personally, like in God we trust would not necessarily mean the same thing as somebody who's like a Caucasian white male who's Christian.
But of course, if we want to go ahead and be inclusive and, be inclusive, then it possibly should be removed.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I think Muslim people have a very, very bad rep in the United States, and I think that's totally unfounded. But I don't know. I think it just has to. It just kind of goes back to like people who look up other and like the fear and like lack of understanding of other cultures is like feeds into how people feeds into how people treat others.
I do believe there's hate based. I think a lot of it's just more, I don't know if it's truly hatred versus people that are ignorant and have lack of information and base their hate based on sound bites and on stereotypes that they've seen in the media. So I do believe that a lot of the issues are hate based, but I think that a lot of it's through just misinformation. And if people took the time to study others and really get to know someone else and know what the religion's about, I think there would be less hate.
Yes, I think in the religious world there is a hate base, unfortunately. But yes, I do think so.
Absolutely. I think so. I don't know, Judeo-Christian for sure, because I have many Jewish friends that feel like they're marginalized. So it would be foolish for me to say that that's not like a valid opinion. But yeah, I would say like non-Christian, like that sort of sect of religion. Yeah, I would say so.
I believe people that aren't Christians or with regards to Catholics that aren't Christians are persecuted and marginalized, specifically Muslims. You see that a lot in some of the hate incidents that I've dealt with here as a police officer and also around the world. And it's an unfair characterization of those individuals, but it is the times that we live in and the age of the era of terrorism post 9/11.
Yes, in different areas, there's always a marginalized group, and there are individuals who are hated for because they're not Catholic or Christian.
Well, constitutionally, we still have freedom of religion, but it does appear that we have a lot of prejudices against certain religious beliefs, and I think that we should all be able to really have a freedom for the religious beliefs that we hold dear.
I was raised as a Jodo Shinshu Buddhist here in the United States, in California, and that's how I identify religiously. In terms of whether I can express myself in the workplace, I guess I can. I think a lot of people don't understand, and I think when they hear of Buddhist or Buddhism, they just think the Zen Buddhists and you chant and you meditate, which is not the fact for all sects of Buddhism. Jodo Shinshu is very, very different. There still is chanting, there's some meditation, that's an element of it. I can express myself at school or at my workplace, but it's not something that I do, just because I don't think people understand, and it would just be a lot of explaining about what it's all about. So it's not as if I feel like I'm forbidden to talk about it or state that I am Buddhist, and I do so freely.
No, I feel like, being in the United States, when you say you're Muslim, it's totally different. Like, first of all, people see you, oh, isn't he the one that bombed the 9/11? By being Muslim,
Yeah.
they think you're terrorist. Like, I feel like that's the first thing they see, like, you're terrorist. Or, like, for example, if you see me wearing the Muslim people, like the white thing with the hat, people look at you differently. Like I would say if you had that on your file, as an Uber driver, I bet other people might even cancel your ride. It's like, a lot of people think being Muslim is being terrorist, which is definitely not true.